The OGL debacle made no real dent in Dungeons & Dragons' bottom line.
How is that even possible?
Today, Hasbro reported their first quarter earnings to investors. In news that should surprise absolutely no one, Magic the Gathering continues to be one of Hasbro's biggest moneymakers. Hasbro CEO Chris Cox noted that their Warhammer 40k Commander decks are among the best-selling Commander products of all time. They are reprinting it for a fourth time. Also, the upcoming Lord of the Rings set is poised to do big numbers with pre-sales just through the roof. Hasbro also pointed to some strong performances by Dungeons & Dragons. D&D sales were up 13% compared to the same period in 2022, and D&D Beyond helped push digital gaming sales up 9%. While operating profit declined at Wizards, this was due to a variety of factors, including personnel costs, advertising expenses, and a ramp-up in organized play support, since, game stores are now doing that again. Additionally, Wizards noted that they expect revenue to decrease in Q2 due to a lack of Magic products compared to last year, but increase in Q3 thanks to an increase in Magic products compared to last year, and also the release of Baldur's Gate 3. Now, it's not exactly a surprise that Dungeons & Dragons sales are up. They had a well-received movie that came out earlier in the quarter, and interest in that brand was at a, pretty big high. However, the timing of those heightened sales are notable due to what happened earlier this year before the D&D movie came out. That is, Wizards of the Coast had to deal with a major fan revolt over their attempted revocation of the open gaming license. That fan revolt led to a grassroots campaign to cancel D&D Beyond subscriptions, which seemingly worked, since Wizards eventually walked back from all of their proposed OGL changes and even strengthened their commitment to open gaming by putting the 5e rules under a Creative Commons license. But despite all the outrage and all the promises of cancellations and employees from Wizards telling various journalists and other sources that their pressure was working, D&D sales were still up, and D&D Beyond was still a powerhouse for Wizards, helping to prop up digital gaming despite a lack of other releases. Now, we will note that Q1 2022 numbers didn't include any D&D Beyond revenue, as Wizards didn't own D&D Beyond until May of last year. So we might not see the full impact as to whether all those D&D Beyond subscription cancellations and a potential sales base shrink until the next investor report. But the revenue figures are a good reminder that we, the invested fans who follow the day-to-day of Dungeons & Dragons and Wizards of the Coast, are only a small segment of D&D's customer base. We're a scrappy bunch who pushed Wizards to make a real change and had a real impact, but the OGL boycotts still seemingly didn't result to any major impact to the bottom line. Now, does this mean that fans should give up on boycotts the next time that Wizards or Hasbro does something unacceptable, at least in our eyes? Of course not. Voting with our wallets is the easiest way to make an impact on a big corporation like Hasbro. And investors will still get spooked if and when the companies they have their money in pick up bad press on a national level. I mean, NPR ran stories about the OGL debacle. NPR! However, this is a good reminder about just how big Dungeons & Dragons and Wizards are, and revenue was still up despite a weird couple of months. It's curious to see if anything that Wizards or D&D or Magic or any of those teams do really make an impact, as, the casual fan just might not care about that sort of thing. They just want to roll their dice and have fun and play cards with their friends. So, what did you think about Hasbro's first quarter numbers? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons.